Kids, hurry up, get up here, get
This is a song I've only sung once or twice in my life. This week will mark 10 years anniversary of a tragedy in our life that forever changed me. And on April the 14th of 2011, I got a text from one of my best friends. He told me where he was in Silmore National Forest, and told me he was taking his life, and that's where we would find him. And that's just what happened. Left a wife and a family. Terrible situation. He'd been around me for a whole lot of years. Spent a lot of time with us up at the farm. So much time, it's kind of like a brother that Steph never had, and kind of like a son that her mom and daddy never had, and totally blindsided us. The sad part about that whole situation, outside of the obvious, is as much time as I spent around him, and he knew we went to church and we had a good testimony, and he loved our kids and he loved our family, and during all that time, I got to thinking, there was never a time that I can remember that I asked him about his soul, that I witnessed to him, outside of just being a good testimony around him. But I never just sat down and said, hey, let's not talk about hunting, building, or farming. Let's talk about your soul. And I hate to say it, but as far as I know, he's in hell today. And sometime after that, I come across this song, and you may have heard it. Had a little saying to go with it, but it often reminds me. He was a big turkey hunter, and this time of year, he's always on my mind. I told the kids yesterday, I miss my buddy. But you just think about that. Now listen, he went to church.
Come on now, listen, church.
He went to a King James Bible Baptist church. He'd been there a long time.
Listen.
And I don't know, maybe he was saved, but I'm telling you, there wasn't no fruit on the tree, and there hadn't been for a long, long time. So if you had to ask me, I'd say there's no evidence that he was saved. I hope I'm wrong, but sometimes I wonder if we're going to get to heaven, I'm going to go, and I'm not going to stand before God at the great white throne judgment, but I kind of wonder if maybe I'll be there within earshot when he stands there. Maybe he'll look over. I won't have to say nothing, but I'll know that I failed him. This little poem here says pretty much the same. But you think about it, who is it that you're around every day, but yet you ain't loved them enough to speak the truth to them?
Amen.
It says, my friend, I stand in judgment now, and I feel that you're somehow to blame. On earth I walked with you day by day, and never did you point the way. You knew the Lord in truth and glory, but never did you tell me that old story. My knowledge then was very dim, and you could have led me safely to Him. And though we lived together on earth, you never told me of the second birth. And now I stand this day condemned because you failed to mention Him. You taught me many things that were true. I called you friend and I trusted you. But I learn now that it's all too late, and you could have kept me from hell and my fate. We walked by day and talked by night, and you showed me not the light. You let me live, love, and die, and you knew I would never live on high. I called you my friend in life. I trusted you through joy and strife. And now coming to this terrible end, could I now call you my friend? Sing this old hymn, you never mentioned Him to me. I pray that this will challenge you your neighbor, talk to your friend.